Good morning, YouTube. Right now it is currently March 26th, 4:38 in the morning. And this is going to be my first morning where I go on my first swim. And in the middle of the day, if work doesn't get too busy, I'm going to leave for my first ever bike. And so I went to the store the other day and picked up some stuff. So I already have my bike. I got a Trek bike off of Facebook Market from a really good seller. I got that about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and the only thing that was keeping me from riding it was a helmet. So I didn't want to wait anymore, and I finally went and got a helmet from Target. This is a Schwinn helmet. I'm not big enough to where a brand can sponsor me yet, so I'm having to go buy my own stuff, which is totally fine because I like it. So yeah, so this is a Schwinn helmet, and I'm going to be taking this for a ride in the middle of the day today if work doesn't get busy. But for this morning's workout, I was finally able to go get a silicone swim cap. This is a Speedo silicone swim cap. So I've never worn a swim cap before, so this will be my first. I'm pretty sure it's just gonna look like something like this skull cap. But so that's number one. You know, I couldn't go for a swim without some comfortable goggles, and I just got a set of Speedo goggles. All right, courtesy to Target, where I got all this stuff. And these were honestly all the last pieces of gear that I needed to train in all the things for my Ironman. So I already have pretty good running shoes. I might invest into some other ones, but I'll actually show those running shoes right now. All right, I'm not really sure, but these were my training ones from last year. Or these were the ones that I trained in a lot of last year, where I was running up to about 10 miles. For a couple months I was running up to 10 to 13 miles just in these shoes. So these are some pretty good ones. I don't really know what kind of shoe they are, but they really helped me when I was running, so I think I'm just going to stick to these as my trainers. So yeah, the first part of my morning is going to be going for my first swim. I'm going to take you guys along and we'll just go from there. Right now it is 4:43 on the dot. I'm about to head out, and I'll see you guys in there. Swim ever, and this shit is I don't really care about the boot or not, but I couldn't even go half the pool without gassing out. So I'm going to swim for another 30 minutes, and I'm not going to film too much because I'm just going to be practicing. I just want to be able to film my first set. I don't know how many laps, and then we'll just go from there. So it's almost 5:30 in the morning. I'm gonna get out of here at 6 so I can get home, clean up, and log on for work. So I'll be checking in when I get back to the car. So I'll see you. Peace. Good morning, YouTube. All right, now that I'm back, it is 6:51 in the morning. I'm about to eat my first meal, and this is ground beef and white rice. Pretty simple, and I'll have a couple Oikos yogurts in the fridge too. And after I finish eating this, I'm gonna settle in, post up for work. I work from home on Thursday, so I'll be able to log on around 7 o'clock, and then take care of what I need to take care of for work, and I'll check in the middle of the day. I think depending on how busy work gets, I really do want to take my bike out for a little bit, because I do have my helmet, but it all just depends on how busy work gets. So I'm glad I knocked off swimming for the first time off the list, and I know it's going to take a lot of effort and a lot of time to get better at that, but that was crazy. That was crazy hard. I think something that I took away from it was I got the craziest quad pump. And my hamstrings started to get pretty tight. I didn't do any kind of stretching before. I just hopped right into it. I'm pretty sure there are some real good stretches that you can do to really prep for a swim, especially to prep for laps around the pool. But man, that was hard. That was hard. But I think something that I noticed though, I had already been going to the gym at 5 a.m. just to do weights, right? Just to do weights, and sometimes even do some sort of endurance like running or something like that. But something I noticed when I was in there around 5, when I got in there around 5:10, 5:15 is when I pretty much got ready and started. If I hadn't already been getting up at 4 and going to the gym at 5 to do weights, this definitely would have been a lot harder. But the fact that I was able to get in there around 5 a.m., I got done around 6, and I even did the sauna for 30 minutes. And I got out of the gym around 6:25, 6:30, and here I am, back before 7, eating my first meal. I think that habit that I was able to build for a little over 2 years now of going to the gym at 5, but just to hit weights, it helps a lot in this transition of, instead of doing weights, now I'm just doing swimming. And that's something that I learned from this morning that I didn't really think too much about. For the last 2 years, I didn't think that habit would translate so easily into something like this. Anyways, this is something that I definitely need to get better at, and I'm glad I was able to document this first one, and here's to many more. I'll check in the middle of the day after I settle in for work and work for a good bit, and we'll just go from there. So, see you later. All right, what is up, YouTube? All right, I just got back from a 2-mile run. This was my first run with my new watch. This is the Garmin 965, and it was my first run in it. Good 2 miles in it. I was sweating so much more than I thought I was gonna sweat. The weather just changed out here. Needless to say, that was the first time I had ever gone from swimming in the morning to running in the afternoon. I haven't done them back to back yet, so now that I have all the gear with me and everything I need to be able to train, even with me working home, it's been kind of a lot to try to manage. Anyways, 2 miles logged in on my phone and my watch. I was a little nervous to swim with my watch this morning. I heard this is waterproof, so I just need to be able to get over that hump and just be able to train in my watch. Oh, and I didn't even tell you guys the time. Right now it is 3:11. I went for my run around 2:30. So I went for my run around 2:30. I got back at around 3. So now that I'm back, I'm going to go back upstairs and wrap up what I need to take care of for work. I'm going to edit this video just for a little bit, and by the time all that's done, the day's going to be over. So yeah, thanks for watching video number 3. If you could like, subscribe, and maybe even comment if you have any advice related to Ironman training, if you could please send it my way. This is my first time doing this much training, along with trying to balance my 9-to-5 job. So bear with me. I'm going to try to stay as consistent as possible, and we'll just keep stacking days. I love repetition. I love the concept of stacking days and staying consistent. That's something that's all I know how to do. So with this kind of stuff, I will keep stacking days, and it's just going to be a rinse and repeat process. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you want. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.